The next step is that we will plane a massive piece of wood and give it this shape, complete outline of this, except of the chimney. Preferably use wood which is already wide enough and flat. Don't try to plane if you can't plane, and use it as wide as possible so that you don't have to glue it. I didn't finish until now. This one is not completely flat. Yes, so I have to plane a little bit more. But it is more or less okay. More than enough. Now we need a scissor. We will cut out our house and aspect of the chimney. This paper, by the way, is paper which is a bit thicker than the average paper. I'm just double checking now, and I see I forgot to cut away a part. Now it is correct. Yes. So we got two fronts until now. I made two fronts. These are fronts, and two sides which have to be lower. These are like 47 millimeters wide, and these are 55, and they will be like this. Yes, like this. They will be glued. but we are going to put reinforcements, which will be made out of this wood, which is just pine wood. This was a sacrificial wood which I used for drilling, but I planed away a little bit the holes. It doesn't really matter. So the next step is to transfer the outlines of this onto our pine twice. So the first thing we have to see is if the base is more or less straight, and then I eyeball it like this. Yes, it's more or less straight. That's okay. Then we simply put our piece of paper here. As you can see, there's a notch here, which we will avoid as much as possible by putting the paste more into that direction. Like that, we don't have anything bad in the wood. Then you can put it with some tape into place if you want, or if you have a good hand, just hold it well in place and mark the outlines. Now the other side, exactly the same. We eyeball it to see if it's straight. I see some damage here, so we'll make sure that the damage doesn't come. Yes. So we put the outlines on the wood twice. Now there's only left to saw it out and file it exactly to the line, which I will not show because that is just sawing work. There's nothing to see, just by a handsaw. Or maybe I will show you. And if you are not interested, you just don't look. You skip to the next part. We first still have to transfer the lines to the other side. We use a square. No, we have to do the other side, which is the same vertically. Now we'll have to saw this off and saw from that side and from this side, as there is it's not a straight line. Now it's easier to saw like this. we clamp the piece diagonally for it to go down straight. The last final part is to saw away from the other side. We will sight from here, upside down. And then upside down we clamp our piece like that. We'll clamp it like this and saw the excess away too. And in this case I will use the little saw with a fine cut. This is all for the wood stove. Now we've got our little house reinforcement, little house on the prairie. It's still rough, it still has to be filed and planed to exact size. You see? So what we will do is we'll plane these sides, and here we will work with the file till we are exactly 90 degrees. And the rest we work with a file. And only in one direction. When you file, you do diagonally and in one direction. Like that you have more control. Yes, much better. Now the other side. Oh my, that is not good. Not good at all. In the beginning it's straight, and then suddenly it starts to get very bad. Sort of from there. I mark where I still have to file. I mark a pencil mark, and here I still have to file. It's not straight, as you can see. We check now and then. Yes, that's much better too. This needs to be 90 degrees, otherwise we don't have any glue contact. We need a glue contact for a good tight bond. So until now we made one reinforcement, and it will look like the following. This was our flat side, and this is the front side. We will glue it here into place, our piece. Then the axis will be with a chisel or a file or a saw. Chisel or a file, I think. The axis we will still cut off, because as you can see there's a slight, the roof changes here, as on our pattern as well. And so this helps to glue, and then here the side will come here exactly. As you can see, that fits perfect. Look. The only thing we need to do is then to sand this away in the same angle. And this gives a lot of glue contact. Excellent, because like that we can glue this into place and it will be strong. The two sides will be strong enough. And then this part will be glued on, and here will be a thicker part, because like that we have this effect result like those old houses were. Like this, we will glue it. And then here a thicker piece of poplar, or first a piece of plywood and then a piece of poplar, so that it protrudes a little bit. It will be like this. It will be more like this, which gives this old nice effect, historical effect. The old houses often were like that. Don't ask me why. Maybe like that the woodwork wouldn't rot that quickly because the rain couldn't get to it. So the only thing we need to do now is to make a second one like this, a reinforcement, which you have seen how it is done, so I won't bother you anymore with that. Thanks for watching.